All right, guys. Hello. This is High Priestess Jamila. I have to talk kind of low because everybody over here is asleep or either chilling out and relaxing. So, got a witch in hour post for you guys because when you're successful and when something spectacular is about to happen, your haters have a slick smear campaign. So let's talk, y'all. So I have been under heavy spiritual warfare for the past, hey Lion, welcome sweetie. I've been under a spiritual attack by the fake people in my life. And it's been going on for 6 years. And since I'm a woman, excuse me, since I'm a woman, you know, the Bible tells them that you don't free the women after 6 years like you do the men. You just, hold them captive. So, when my spirits tell me to look at something, it's for a reason. And so we were planning to come on here earlier today. So first of all, drug addiction. Okay. Oh, they're mad. Sorry, honey, we're not doing trash talk tonight. Bye, Monica Jordan. Okay, sorry, guys. Sorry for the crazy person in the chat. Drug addiction affects everybody. And I know that for the greater part of my childhood, I was affected by seeing my father on drugs. So I grew up with a father that was addicted to crack cocaine. And it definitely did make life so much harder for me. But my father, he always told me, and he had to talk with me. My father used to talk to me for hours. And so I always stayed away from hard drugs. And I see why. Because it leads you into a black hole. And so today I'm listening to an obvious drug addict who is trying to tell the public that I'm on drugs. It was from 2015. So this was years ago. And you guys are probably familiar with the story. We don't have to bring up names. And it was a lie back then and it's a lie now. I've only smoked marijuana. I would never put a hard drug in my system. You think I want to run around and act like that? Both of those women are on drugs. Both of them. And I kind of wondered what the heck was wrong with them. They definitely got to be on something because, and it's shocking when you see certain things and you discover, that's why I appreciate people being honest and exposing people for who they really are. This woman who literally convinced everybody that I was the exact opposite to the person that I am. And when you look at it, it's definitely demonic. And I know how to handle demons. Okay. I have almost perfect skin. I've never been hospitalized except for when I gave birth. Never have had any surgeries. I've never had any major car accidents ever. So I've never even took Percocets. I've never taken pain medicine. Never. Okay. Good Lord, who is this troll? My goodness. I did it, honey. You don't, honey. Stop it. We all know that this. So can I say this to the troll that comes from, can I say this to you, hon? I may be only 99% accurate on my readings, but my curses are 100. All of my spells work 100. I have a house all around me. I have money in my account. I'm not worried about anything. You clearly are. Okay, so I suggest you go to bed, or maybe, I don't know. Yeah, weed is absolutely not a drug. It's actually a herb. And so I've never done any hard drugs ever in my life. And there's this woman who, it obviously, you know, it's very obvious. And I think that people are pretty much down, you know, when you find a bunch of people that are going through the same thing. And so here's the thing, you know, she's been exposed as a liar already. Like, she got exposed years ago. My spirits wasn't playing with her. Honey, you get that word. You ain't got no control over here. And I already told you, but it's sick to see it, because these people, they literally don't know how they look, and they literally don't know that, you know, there's a lot of people who know me, especially people from my hometown, that are like, that ain't who she is. That lady is lying on her. And, you know, God actually delivered me from that, because that was meant to destroy my reputation years ago. They never was able to do it. Here's the thing. When someone is willing to continue to lie, you know, they have a current problem. So, you know, it was pointed out that she said something about my recreational use, and she didn't know anything about me, unless she was talking about marijuana, would be the only thing. But we all know that she went around saying that I was on hard drugs. I've never, do I look hard? I don't look hard at all. So it's kind of like, but she looks it. She looks it. You can tell by looking at her that she's on something. And I don't know why drug addicts like, I don't know why drug addicts like to lie on other people. I didn't even know people did that. But I think that if you're down and out, because I know this chick is down and out. I know she is. I know she is. She traveled 600 miles to see a broke man in a shack. Yeah. And you know what? I'm not even going to lie to you. It was the trashiest thing I had ever saw in my life. And we all know where that trash came from. And trashy people will try to bring down good people. And they'll say, oh, you're a single mom. And Jamila, you know, you were on housing assistance when you first got to Georgia, and now you have your house. And oh, and you did this, and you went through that. And it's so pointless, because we know that the reason why they're doing that is because they're down and out. Somebody might be using them. But I wanted to let people know, no, I am not on drugs, and I am willing to take a drug test. Okay, they have drug testing for cocaine. They have drug testing for, you know, whatever. They have, so I'm willing to prove that. Because years ago, this woman was trying to literally, and I'm going to tell y'all something, it is some trash in this world. There is some trash in this world. And you know what? When you look around at society, society will know a person is lying, but because of their own inadequacies, a person, you know, I saw a person, literally, there are people in this world, and we know that there's horrible people in this world. Most of those people are horrible people. Okay, horrible people. And, you know, this has already been exposed, but the person wouldn't even tell the truth. You know, literally, I mean, guys, it was just ridiculous. And this person was, is still stalking me all over the internet. Is in here, it's sad. People that are down and out, I think that instead of coming to YouTube to stalk people, you need to go to rehab. You need to go get some help. Because, seeing this chick's messages, she was always talking about me. It's weird. And for some reason, she doesn't see how crazy she looks to other people. She has no self-awareness. And I'm like, I'm going to be okay, hon. You're in the chat room trolling and going crazy because you're obsessed with destroying someone because your life is ruined. Well, guess what? Mine has never been. You tried to convince me that because I had children. Well, I had children, but I wasn't a drug addict. I wasn't a prostitute. I wasn't out in the streets. I've done pretty good for myself in my life, and I've looked out for myself, and I love myself. I would never put a toxic chemical in my body. And to know that this woman is running around lying on me, I know that she's on drugs. People project. She's got to be. Her behavior is already that of a drug addict. And she also is acquainted with my ex. Just to let you guys know, my ex is currently co-signing this stalking because he is a deadbeat father. And my ex was on drugs really bad. So she knows this man and has bragged about sleeping with him. Why is this all on the internet? Because this woman wanted attention. We're liberated from your lies, hon, just to let you know. And then what's really crazy is I'm not even going to respond to this black male on here who's holding on to the hope that he can destroy my business. It's like, dude, honey, I'm here to stay. I don't know what. Just listening to it, I would literally be so devastated if any of my children turned out like these three individuals. I would absolutely be devastated, you know? It's just really sad. Honey, your smear campaigns don't work. I'm a witch. Okay, I'm a real witch. I don't have to lie on you. I don't even know you. But what I do know is that I have 4 little ones that they need their mother. I've got a grandchild that I'm still supporting. I've got 2 daughters who are visiting family in Kansas City. I have a life, and this woman is a white supremacist. She's very racist, but you know what? Black people are willing to use white supremacy again. That doesn't hurt me. You know, I hate to tell you this, but it's not at a white person's leisure to just ruin the life of a black person whenever they decide. That's not the way it works. I'm sorry, hon. So she, every racist stereotype this woman said about me, every racist stereotype, all the way down to, I've actually worked for the past almost 30 years of my life. And I had no idea what she was talking about. And it's so bizarre because it's bizarre because she won't let it go. And I know why she won't let it go, because there's a lot of bitter people in this world, man. I know a lot of losers. Y'all lost that life. People that I know, I'm not talking about anybody in particular watching, but there are several people that I know from my hometown that feel like failures. One of them is my mother. I have to explain this to people. It seems like I have to say it over and over and over again and reiterate it. You're only helping my ex and my bipolar schizophrenic mother stalk me. because my mother has lost her mind. It's almost like she's 15 years old again. So again, this is a deep rooted family dysfunction that keeps being brought to YouTube. And I'm sorry, hun, I'm already about 300 grand in. I have made way too much money with my magic. I would not have the reputation that I have, would not have people seeking me from all over the world to get my services, hun. So, no psychic, and then I'm not even going to respond to that because, but, I will tell you that, there are things that other people would do that you would not do because you would have too much pride and self-respect. And there would be no way that I would feel comfortable with even showing my face ever again if I stalked somebody for 6 years. Okay, literally because I was miserable in life and lived in misery. There are some people that have families full of drug addicts. Just everybody in the family's on drugs. And so what do you think that those people are going to do? What do you think that down and out people are going to do? What do you think they're going to do if they see one of their family members moving forward and doing better than them? I already told y'all that, honey, a lot of our elders hate on us. So that's just another example of that. I always still get mine. I saw a girl saying something and I think that that's what they think. But you know that when you come out and you tell a lie, it can be reversed in less than 24 hours. So you're not stopping any sales from going into my website. I think what they do is they watch Etsy. They watch Etsy and they try to calculate if they're, honey, I accept payments on Cashapp. Okay. What's worse than we're not even talking about white or black supremacy. You saw that I talked about that 10 minutes ago. Nobody cares about any of that shit over here. I don't care about white supremacy. I don't care about black supremacy. I don't give a damn about any of it. And I don't even understand your question. What's worse than a white is a black white supremacist. I don't know what is a black white supremacist. You mean a black person that is a white supremacist? That doesn't really make any sense. I think that probably what you mean is a black person that tries to use white people against other black people. That's a black person that's afraid of whites. I'm not afraid of white people. So a black person that thinks, hey, here's a white person, ding-a-ling-a-ling, they're saying that if they were in your position, they would probably be close to having a heart attack. But you're just sitting there like, I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay. Oh, yeah, we all know who that is. Hey, let me tell you something. It's the same as it ever was, honey. It's the same as it was. I'm sorry, hon. It's the same as it was in 2019, 2018, 2017, 2016. Okay. And I'm sorry, hon. I'm God. So get out of my chat room. There's some people that really have a sickness inside of them. No, you own that drug habit that you have. I truly believe that these people are on drugs. Anyway, what was I talking about? What I said was, what I was saying was that black people will try to say, I'm going to try to, this is what I've noticed black women doing to other black women. They will get false people to come in to try to make a black woman feel like the white woman is better than her. Now, I've never done that because that shit is stupid. But, people I think that if you are a black person that would literally kill yourself, have a heart attack, jump off of a bridge because a white person did something to you, then you're going to assume that the next African-American person, or what you assume to be African-American, because I'm not black, I'm pink. Okay, I don't consider myself to be Black. That's actually, yeah. So I'm sorry, hon. Every Black person is not like that. And you're not making waves, just because, I've had Black people try to bring, this certain individual, and it's like, well, I'm not thinking about you or her ever. And you think about me every day. So you tell me who owns who, me or you. You said you own me, but you're stalking me. I don't get that. Yeah. Guys, I'm sorry. I didn't come here to talk clever. I came here to have a normal conversation, but we've got people in here feeling snarky and narky. Oh, are you upset? Am I driving the narcissist crazy? Oh, you found out you lost again, but you're always going to lose. It. I'm going to be honest with you. There would be no way when I saw how much this woman was talking about me on Messenger, it told me a bunch of things. Number one was that she didn't have a life. I'm sorry, you're just not going to ever catch me every single day on a regular basis talking about somebody else. I don't care what somebody said to me, and I just wouldn't throw my life away like that, because that's exactly what you did. And now you're scared. That's why you're in the chat room. Well, you have to ask God about that. You shouldn't have lied on people. You lied, and now you have to pay the price. Okay, take your punishment like a big girl. Hey, why don't you drop some footage of some phone conversations or something? Do that. That'll make you feel better, because it's not going to make a difference to me. So, guys, I just think that some people can't handle rejection. When you say, hey, we're not cool anymore. And I do think, I will be honest with you, looking at the Bible actually says that slave masters are not supposed to free their slaves after 6 years if they're a woman. If they're a man, they can be freed after 6 years. If you're a woman, you're just held in captivity forever. So these people do have that attitude. It's like, well, you're delusional. It's all I can say to you. And, I think maybe you're having a past life transgression or something, or regression, because and again, all of this slave master talk, weirdness, control, trying to control the narrative, trying to control what people think of a person. These are things that prove that, you are out of control of your own life, and you need to do something about it. Because going around the internet lying on me is not going to change anything that you have done in your life that you regret. Because my only regret was being friends with this chick years ago. That's my only regret in life. I can honestly say that I regret her, and my spirits are like, oh no, we got to do something about that. So yeah, there's a lot of regret with that. But regret, what the hell does regret hurt? Regret don't hurt nothing. And to be honest with you, with spell work, did you guys know that you can actually do transmutation work and alchemy work to where you can actually make it like a person never existed? You can do whatever you want with magic. You just have to be creative. So I can literally make it like you never existed. And it's a blessing that I even paid attention to you to give you this advice. You're blessed to get this advice from me, because I could just ignore you like I've been doing for 3 weeks. Okay, but now it's time for you to, because I've banished these people probably maybe like over 30 times. I've been cursing these people. These people have had a lot of issues because of me, and they just keep coming back for more. And, liberation is going to mean that we don't have to deal with that anymore, because I don't want to see you at all. And I won't. Honey, I know how to turn off the internet. You're stalking on the internet, honey. This is what these people don't get. You realize that I can come on here, upload my readings, and never come I don't have to look at anything on YouTube that involves that situation. You do realize that that's what I do most of the time. Only reason why my spirits decided to address you is because you're gonna get that work, and you know I want you to be expecting it. Okay, you're gonna feel exactly how I felt when I didn't know when to expect when somebody would knock at my door. You're gonna feel like that all the time. And I know that that's how you feel because you can't be still. You know, you left your home to travel to a broke down motel. So you don't even really have a home that you're happy in. You're just living there. You just reside there. You know, for me, I have a home. I have love. You know, there would be no reason why I would ever come online and lie on you. For what? I don't know you. I don't have to do that. I'm not down and out. Okay, down and out is what you would describe that behavior. So let me tell y'all how I've dealt with this for years, because I feel like the reason why this is coming back around, we have a spell for everything. All of the work has been done. All of our energy is protected. My business is protected. My channel is protected. I'm good in life. I'm sorry if you have a problem with that. But, you know, maybe you wouldn't be able to handle the money that I make because you would just spend it all up on drugs. You would probably kill yourself. You know, so that's the reason why God put me in this position and you in that one. Because for you to even do a hard drug like that would mean that you're trying to escape, really. You know, marijuana is not a hard drug, obviously. So they're not going to go and say, oh, she smokes marijuana. Everybody smokes marijuana. So they're like, oh, we have to say, and I heard the conversation. We can hear everything you're saying. We can see those bogus ass rituals where y'all chopping off chicken heads and shit. We can see all of that. All of your chickens are dying in vain. That's what I'll tell you. Because and I want to say this because I really feel that spirit is making a plea with y'all to not do, because, you know, like I said, black magic, when you throw black magic out there, you can get it back. Especially if you have a witch that's sending it back. And that's not no joke. There's some people that don't choose to have struggle in their life. That's why you don't cause me to struggle. Okay, this is the reason why I am stable. Been out on my own for years. Now I'm really, really on my own. You know, I think it's also the people that actually don't support themselves. They don't have a good bead on reality. So it's very easy for you to do this because, you know, what do you have to live for? Honey, listen, listen, you people that are coming in here, we're not Christians over here. So we don't have the same beliefs as y'all do. I don't even know what that means. He wants your soul. Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. So explain to us who you're talking about. Who is this he? And what are you talking about? Because all of that stuff that y'all talking about is commercial shit that y'all were taught. Y'all have no idea about the etheric realm. You want to learn about the etheric realm? Get off the drugs and sit down and listen. Mama Blood. I still have, I'm sorry, hon. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, Jacretia, how are you? It seems like some of these people, I don't think you can handle witching hour, honey, because hon, I'm sorry. Yeah. Some of y'all get too caught up in this stuff. Y'all do. Y'all get too caught up. And I think also that you might be demonically possessed. And I was actually going to talk about the zombie apocalypse that we are witnessing right now. If you're doing stuff like that, you are in fact a zombie. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be the drugs that you're doing. It's the demons that are roaming through your body and your chakras that you need to purge. It's as simple as a cleanse. You've got all these weird symptoms and coming in here, and you've got all this weird stuff going on when it's just as simple as a cleanse. Good Lord. Guys, sometimes I forget that we're on YouTube and there's weird people on YouTube. Again, I don't know if there's certain words that y'all type to trigger people, but I've actually flushed my subconscious of a lot of that stuff. So I don't, I only show respect for Jesus. I'm not codependent on him. So I have no idea. My son, honey, you don't know my son. You're way too interested in my family. Seriously, this is weird. So, I mean, what can I say? Get some help. That's all you have to do. Everybody is not an ex-drug addict. That's not everybody's story. Okay, now drinking, yeah, I started drinking when I was 18 years old. I'm not an alcoholic. I drink very little. I've actually been detoxing of alcoholism and have been doing a great job tapering off. I think that alcoholism and codependency on alcohol can range anywhere from having a few drinks a day to maybe having a bottle of wine per day, and maybe you're just taking back a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying? And so I haven't done that in a while. I know that when I was in a depressing situation that I didn't like, when I was living in that house I was living in last year, I was probably drinking a little more often. But I'm doing the smoothies, I'm doing I'm doing yoga, I'm walking. No, I'm not unhealthy like that. And I've actually always been a healthy person. I've always worked out. I've always ate my vegetables. I've always watched what I eat. So, I'm not cleaning up myself for you know what I'm saying? Like this person, I remember one day it was so bizarre. It's a bizarre thing. And I think that when you are demonic like that, you're going to have to do a face palm eventually. It doesn't matter. You can avoid the truth. You can, claim that you're the devil, and it doesn't matter. The fact remains that you got hoodwinked. You got played. Y'all took L's. A lot of y'all took L's on that situation. And you were warned. I didn't even have to warn you. I could have just not responded. Like, I'm a really nice person. I didn't have to tell you nothing about my family. Reason why I even told y'all that stuff is because I give a shit about people. Y'all the one running around here talking about you with the elite and this and that. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? You'll find out the truth eventually. And the truth has already been exposed over and over again. So nobody is debating that. But I have to keep people up to date. No, I have never been a drug addict. No, I have never, ever done any of the things that lady said about me. It was this weird lady. Come to find out, she was catfishing people the whole time. She actually looks like she's currently on drugs. And we know that she is. Hey, Orion's daughter. Hey, sweetie. And it must suck. It must suck to see somebody doing better than you and you're doing the way that you're doing. But you know what? You bought it on yourself. You think I'm not going to enjoy my life because of you? I'm going to still enjoy my life, hon, regardless of what you're talking about. So, I think that I've shown enough care for long enough. Now, I'll say whatever I want to say. Nobody's going to tell me not to say what I want to say. You don't have that kind of power and control. So let's stop pretending that these women have any power. Okay. That's really honey, trolling a chat room is not powerful. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah, Orion's daughter, I do need to call you. I ain't talked to you in a minute. You got any black candles over there? So, yeah. Well, that banishing that I did is going to probably take another couple of weeks to work. So, maybe if we all do it together, they'll get banished quickly. It was so funny. 4 years ago, I was doing work on this chick, the same chick that went around and hated on me and lied on me. She actually took a picture one time when she left YouTube of her walking off a short pier. I swear to Goddess. And it just, you could just tell her life from that picture. It was very, very sad. And she's trying to, I guess, resurrect herself by biting at my ankles. I don't get that. It's kind of like, this is what's meant for me, and that is what's meant for you, whatever it is that you're doing over there. Mm-hmm. And you know what, Orion's daughter? I think that they're so used to having horrible things happen to them that the hexing and the cursing, it just, they probably don't even realize it. They can't put two and two together, all of the issues and problems and why they're angry, so yeah. Oh, okay, sis. Okay, sis. Well, get it going, because I already did my work. I ain't worried about shit. I never have been. I've been hoodooed before. But I will tell you that most of their spells are short-lived and weak. Because if I put a hex on your ass, you really gonna be hexed. And I don't hex people too often because I don't have no anger. Like I said, my only regret is this chick that's stalking me. And then also and I can't regret that because, my mother being who she was actually made me a stronger person and a better witch. I mean, if you think about how easily it could be to ruin somebody's reputation and to turn people against a person, but realize that witchcraft is going to help you with that. It's going to be your best friend when it comes to that, because someone lying is a form of black magic. And then also there's people doing black magic, but it is very weak. It's very weak magic because, I was supposed to be homeless. I was supposed to be this. I was supposed to do that. I was supposed to go back to Kansas. None of that shit ever happened. So it's like, again, I think that the whole, thing that they're talking about. Yes, it's the same woman. And so today she was trying to accuse somebody else of something, which I'm good with that person. I have no problem with that person that she was trying to do something with on his show. But, she just looking through the messages, I mean, it was all me. She just kept talking about not me. She was talking about herself, but she was putting my name in front of it. So I've seen people do that a lot. I swear to God, people will do that. And I think it's all about their subconscious behavior. Yeah. So Anyway. So this, what is this? Oh, okay. All right. So somebody is kind of like, what's up with the trolls? I'm gonna tell y'all something. When people are in a desperate situation, they'll do anything. And some of these folks is going down. They know they're going down. It's falling apart. Oh yeah, I'm Orion's daughter. I got a lot of favors. I do. A lot of them. So you can get rid of that trashy troll account, you know. You can pretty much tell where that. Take out the trash, Orion's daughter. Take out the trash. Yeah. So it amazes me. It really does how, and I think that you would have to find somebody like, and that's why, you know what, when I would find out that people betrayed me, I would always look at them and I would say, you know what, I thought you was better than that. Because you got to think about how down and out and how tormented and tortured a person has to be to behave that way. I mean, they really hate their lives. And it don't matter if you're black and white. There's white people that hate their life. There's black people that hate their life. And for some reason, there's a certain group of people on YouTube who think that white people's lives are perfect. And I think that white people just kind of chuckle at them. Because it would be frustrating to even tell them, no, I'm a real person. I have to go through shit. I have to work every day like you do. I have to strive for excellence, just like you are, I guess, striving for excellence. What they will do is they will get bombarded with anger and saying, oh, you can't tell me that life ain't easier on you because you're a white person. And then that's when intelligent white people they just kind of chuckle at it. Every white person wasn't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They had to work for what they obtained, just like you did. But it's some people that think that they really literally have that weird, narrow way of thinking. And it's very real because you can tell by their behavior. And I didn't know that a person deserved to die because they had a relationship with somebody that you didn't like. I think that that's a bit extreme. Thank God for taser guns and crowbars. I still got my crowbar too. You know what I'm saying? Not that I'll ever have to use it. We have I've always had a peaceful home. That's why nothing ever happened to me. It would be these strange phone calls of people from YouTube swatting me. And, literally, I can imagine that this person is over there literally removing their eyeballs and just scratching out their ears. They want to call somebody to my house so bad, but they don't know where I'm at. So, and thank God that you don't, because, you don't need to know where nobody is at. Because I guess I'm like a celebrity or something, Orion's daughter, because they stalked me worse than Michael Jackson. I said, damn, I got paparazzi. But people walk up to my house and it's just peaceful and quiet. It always is, unless Jacob is up running around. Or unless, but a lot of that anger and stuff, a lot of that crap that I went through, I've made it to the promised land. I'm happy in life. I'm not going to sit up here and argue with nobody. You still trying to get somewhere. So this guy that hates on me, he literally, he's not doing well, and there's no promise in the future because there's health problems. So he's given up on life because of health problems. Jesus was a warlock. Oh my God, it's like, do your research. This has nothing to do with the devil. Yeah, I think that Orion's daughter, again, it's a bot. It's probably a bot. Fleur Brun was actually talking about that earlier. So, yeah, I enjoy my wine. If I'm in a legal state, I'll even enjoy me a blunt or a pre-roll or, yeah, I actually was thinking about moving to a legal state. Okay, so yeah, I'm more of a tree hugger type of hippie type. I would never do a hard drug. I was smarter than that. And then also another thing, I know what my I've never, I mean, I don't know how a person gets addicted to that. I guess they get tricked into trying it, but I just was never interested in trying it. I think I was protected. I thank God. So I'm not poking fun at people with drug addiction because trust me, I've lost plenty of people behind drugs, selling drugs. I lost my cousins, Bert and David. Okay, those were my cousins, and I was old enough to know them when both of them died back to back. So but people like that, they don't care. They are desperate for a donation. And they know that there's people out there that are sick enough to donate to that kind of sick shit. And it was sick. It was sick. And to be honest with you, all of y'all that loved me and believed in me, y'all have no idea how appreciative I am of y'all and how blessed you are, how intelligent and smart you are. Because many of you watched me from 10 years ago and y'all like, okay, Jamila may be a little eccentric. She may be this, but she's not like a sociopath or anything like that. Now, I will tell you that my spirits are very, very, very anxious right now because they are well fed. My spirits are well fed. So my spirits are not hungry. They ready for battle. Okay, so whoever they got to take out, they'll take you out. And I don't have to have no guilt because of that. And, looking as an outsider, looking into the situation, you can tell that the angel of death lingers over this whole creation. And all of those people are just sacrifices. And we all know what it's about. But it's not my job to destroy myself trying to convince you of the truth. If you can't accept the truth and you think you living high off the hog and you think you're doing something, and well, you'll find out soon that you tricked yourself, that you got tricked. Yeah, these people was not using discernment. I mean, and some of the stuff, and then to say that I'm inaccurate, but the people that y'all kicking it with, that y'all really doing this shit for, they made all kind of inaccurate predictions based upon their childhood trauma. So I could name a few of spiritualists on here that are inaccurate, but for what? I don't have to continue an ongoing beef with them. You see, I don't even bring up their name. If you over there doing work on me, my spirits are going to pick it up and we just going to send it back to you. We are the Four of Swords. I've been resting and recuperating. I've been building my body back up. Doing my squats and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like drinking my spinach, my baby spinach smoothies and stuff with my fresh and frozen fruits. So, but I still got one sword up in the air. And I know the deal, and I know when people have been taken over by that board, by Leviathan, and I can promise you that you better pray because, you listen, when a person puts those kinds of drugs in their system, it ruins their brain. It does. And literally, they say that methamphetamines can make you evil. Like it just makes you extremely evil and hateful. So I mean, those drugs in your system, that is like literal poison. You can't say nothing about me smoking cigarettes when you over there smoking what you smoking. Cigarettes, it may be cigarettes, but they can be bought in a store. You have to go to a street dealer to find what you're getting. And that is literal poison. That's why, it creates acne problems. Your body stinks. You can sometimes have this constant odor, irradiating from your root chakra. I don't have that. I smell good. Now, I'm tell you one thing, I don't wear antiperspirant deodorant at all because I know it causes cancer. Or it can cause cancer. You can actually detox from cancer. That's how you get rid of cancer, is through detox. And not just food detox, but your activities. Okay, you can't have a nice little smoothie every day and then chop little babies up and expect for the cancer to go away. No, you're still going to die because you're a piece of crap. Yeah. So, and I don't even look like that type of person. Like, I have very nice skin. Just because somebody is overweight doesn't mean that they're not healthy. I have very nice skin, and you can tell by a person's skin. You can tell by a person's eyes. You can tell by the way a person handles their situation. Trust me, if I was a drug addict, I'd have been went into somebody's insane asylum. I am definitely of sound mind, body, and spirit. And, if people push you, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You're going to react sometimes. But for me, I'm not afraid of, what you can do, because my spirits have already proven to me that regardless if you lie, it's not going to make a difference. So, yeah. And that's why they're doing that, because they're hating on my business, because I make more money than them. I make more money. I live a better life. I'm happy. Even though they attack my children, they do everything in their power. I do everything in my power to remove what you send and to protect my family. And trust me, we are protected from most of it. So we are being liberated, guys. We got the 4th of July coming up, and we all know that they get really, really saucy right before the holidays for some reason. I know that my mother gets all in a bunch right before the holidays. She gets very jumpy, very paranoid. I can imagine that the condition has gotten worse by now. But the 4th of July is actually my favorite holiday because it's celebrating my Independence Day. Now this year, I decided not to do fireworks this year. I'm just gonna do candle work. So I just kind of want to chill, relax, do some readings. I will be running a special that day. So yeah, right. And I think that you know what? It's man. I don't even think it's desires. I think it's man's own fears. I think the devil is based in. I think the devil basically energetically can represent fear, but it can also represent money, depending on the surrounding cards. Like if you get the devil card in your reading, the devil can symbolize money, but it's about fear to get it. So you remember when Shaka Khan said through the fire? So to get where I'm at, you're going to have to go through the fire. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that it's because desire, nothing wrong with you're a being that desires a lot. When you come out of your womb, your mother's womb, you desire your mother's milk. You desire milk to eat. That's pretty normal. So having desires and wishes and wants, there's nothing at all wrong with that at all. Please don't ever let nobody convince you of that. The problem is that when you want those things, but you can't get them, and you're too afraid to take the road less traveled. So I took the road less traveled, and I wasn't afraid to do it. Yeah, well, but see, I don't even believe in a devil, like an actual person that's a devil. No, I think the devil is inside of the person. The person can be the devil because they're scared. And, I think that like I said, when it comes to the devil, You know, the devil card in the tarot deck actually represents prosperity. It actually represents money. But depending on the surrounding cards, you know, are you getting that money or not? And if you too obsessed with it, you probably won't. So I don't worry about money. This is the reason why I rarely borrow money from people. I don't, if you worry about money, you won't have it. But Orion's daughter, we are going to get that live done on Facebook because they do not want to hear the money manifestation secrets. They don't want to hear that because their, you know, demon master, somebody told them not to listen. So they're going to continue to do things the ignorant way. They're going to continue to watch other people's money and watch other people succeed while they stay there attacking Jamila. It's just that, you know, there's been so many, you know, have you seen the successful people on YouTube, and the haters are always there? I mean, you think I'm the only one on YouTube get hated on? Shit. They hate on a lot of people on YouTube. There's a lot of people that get hated on. And they getting hated on by their own family members and people that was fake friends to them. It's like, well, that's why you can't go to the promised land with me. That's why you back where you at. Because you're not welcome. You can't come through these gates. You have to be a privileged person. You have to be amongst the list of the scroll of protected ones. I was definitely protected from drug addiction. I think that's sad when I see people that are either former drug addicts, because your body is going to take a long time. All right, sir. Your body is going to take a while to heal from that. So as I'm seeing this chick live today, lying to people, you know, now this was a message that she had wrote years ago. And I'm thinking, what? I'm sitting there reading. You ever go and read something in social media or hear something about yourself that you had no idea? It's like, wow, I didn't know that about myself. What did that? But I think that, you know, when you are establishing yourself, you know what I'm saying? But I still gets my respect. You know, listen, if okay, obviously I've gotten a lot of love, obviously, right? Like, and not just love, but just recognition and just, you know, adoration. You know what I'm saying? People have came to me from all over the world, and you know what I'm saying? So it would be preposterous to, you know, to even, it just, you know, now when I was in that hotel, because guys, I lived in a hotel for 4 months before I got my house. And when I was living in that hotel, oh man, Orion's daughter, they was throwing so much bad energy at me. Oh my goodness. They was trying to get me thrown out of the hotel. They was, oh my God. It was a trip. I had to literally protect my family. I had to literally bear down, like literally, because people were crazy. And witches can be mentally ill. They can be, you know, witches can go through mental illnesses and stuff. So it's something that I went through for so long that I don't even care anymore. It doesn't shock me. You know, I think that they want to shock you. Nothing that you can do will ever shock me. So they want to have shock value and get you all upset because I guess they, you know, I don't know what they be trying to do, Orion's daughter, but I just kind of chuckle and do my work and then come on here and, you know, connect is what I do. So I don't bite my tongue. I'm not going to hold my tongue or hold back. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to my reputation, I am going to let people know. And it's the same thing that I've done consistently throughout the years, which is let people know, yeah, it's a crazy chick. You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I would not be the only person that would go through something like that. Trust me, people will hate on you. People will hate on you. They will, you know. and will try to come up with all kind of excuses why you don't deserve what you get for yourself. It's like, well, but I believe that I deserve it. She don't deserve all of that. My root chakra feels pretty strong. I don't know about yours. Yeah, yeah. Because I believe that many of them, they will, yeah, we definitely need to make that a quote. I believe that many of them have just given up. They have given up on life, and they're going to take whoever they can with them. Reminds me of that movie Never Die Alone. So oh man, Ryan's daughter gonna have their stomach in knots. Right, exactly, Jacretia. It's kind of it's like a circus show when you see it though. When you see it, it is literally a circus show. And for me, yeah, I've gotten into it with them. I've had the back and forths and stuff, but I'm not having no more backs and forths. I'm just not doing it. Hey, Mixie. So, but it does feel good to finally have a healthy connection with a woman that does not involve sex with what, you know what I'm saying? And it just never does. It's just genuine friendship, so do I regret the experience because I went through a bi-curious experience with this person? Yeah, I do. I regretted being this person. Feel like that I would have wanted that experience to be with a decent person, because there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. But I just think that if I were going to experience it, I would have preferred back then to experience it with somebody that was a healthy person. And clearly this person isn't, because it's pathological. It really is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely happy, but I have to let people know, that, and I think that, here's what I think. I think that there are people that want to think what they want to think. They want to think what they want to think about you, and that's what helps them sleep at night. So it's kind of like, well, what you're thinking is a lie. Like, I'm not, if you think that a drug addict can get to where I'm getting, you are fucking out of your mind. I mean, it's a possibility, but I mean, think about it. If you're a mother, if you have a lot of things going on, trust me, doing hard drugs is going to slow you down. It is. So, stop with the fantasy. I'm straight, absolutely. And I've never been the type of person to get real drunk either. I'll get tipsy. You know what I'm saying? I do have a very fiery, passionate personality. But other than that, I'm actually a very quiet person that stays home a lot. And I see why. I actually like staying at home. That's why, you know. Orion's daughter, you got yourself a troll to get rid of. You got yourself a stand. They must have been listening to you, and now they following you over here. I'm so sorry for your loss. You must have had a sweet mother. You should do some meditation, call on the angels and stuff, and they'll come in. But you got to let them in sometimes. So yeah, man. And I'm gonna be honest with you. When it comes to trying to keep up a hard drug habit, you're gonna have a really, really hard time keeping up appearances with something like that. Trust me, I know people that have had addictions and it didn't do nothing but destroy their life. So, I think that there's some people that need to take some time out and go to rehab or something. There are people that go to rehab for marijuana. They feel like they get too addicted, and maybe they feel like, well, and that's, I don't know, that I think that you probably want to consult a spiritualist about that, because marijuana brings out your subconscious thoughts. It brings the subconscious to the surface. So people that have a lot of things in their subconscious, they can't even smoke marijuana. You have to be extremely blessed to even smoke marijuana, because you're, obviously, if you're able to smoke it or eat it and enjoy it, and it's not bringing out all of this negative, then you probably don't have a lot to feel bad for. you know um so that's why a lot of people, I think, because I got shamed years ago, because I actually started smoking marijuana at a young age years ago when I was younger. Okay. And I actually had a guy that was on crack cocaine that tried to make me feel bad for smoking marijuana. And I laughed in his face. I said, "You're crazy." Seriously, he tried to make me feel bad. He was and literally was trying to compare that to his habit. And I was like, "I have a job, you don't though. Like, what are you talking about?" Like, I had a very good job. And so marijuana doesn't necessarily, you know, do that, but sometimes it will. It can do that to some people. I feel like if you want to smoke marijuana, get your stuff together, and then you can sit back and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But if you're still out there doing dirtball bad, to where you're doing dirtball stuff, maybe you need to cut back a little bit, and clear out and think a little bit, because maybe it might be making you a little too relaxed. You need to, get your stuff up, and get your energy going, and get out there, and or either, I know there's a lot of people working from home these days. So whatever it is that you do for your, prosperity, or whatever you plan to do. Mhm. So I've been liberating myself from drug addiction since I was a kid, though, because of the drug problems that I had within my parents. And I think looking at that is one of the reasons why I never touched that stuff. So my body is clean of that, and you can even tell by the way I smell, the way my body smell. I ain't got nothing like that going on. So, and I ain't trash. I ain't been to no gutters lately. I ain't went dumpster diving in Michigan. I ain't never did no shit like that, and I never will. So I don't know. I really think that the best thing for people to do is just apologize and move on and stop making excuses. Because a lot of people took responsibility for what they did. And I feel like if you told a house full of lies on somebody, you need to let people know. You need to say, "Hey, I lied on this person." Otherwise, spirit gonna keep coming at you. I don't know why. It just does, because you really don't matter. But maybe it's your spirits. Maybe it's that other person. It's like, you just literally slandered me, and this is totally not true. So yeah, and you know what? I think that also the witches are the scapegoats of society sometimes, You know, they'll try to make it seem like practicing witchcraft is worse than the destructive, horrible, disgusting things that they do. And honey, it's no comparison. You wouldn't even be alive walking around if it wasn't for witchcraft. In fact, most of them is living in Bible curses. So they really into witchcraft. They don't even know. And when you're somebody that knows, among a bunch of people that don't know, it's like, well, I dare any of you try to come up against me, then try me then. And I don't even, you know, and if you trying me to try to mess my stuff up, well, that's impossible. Ain't you learned that in 6 years? It's a long time to try to, you know, bring somebody down and not be able to. And they think it's just a matter of time. That's what y'all remind me. Sometimes Orion's daughter, they remind me of the villains in Batman or Spider-Man or something. They like, yes, I'm gonna get you. It's like, no, you're not. You're not gonna get me. I'm gonna go to sleep though. You know, I do need to get some sleep because Scorpio Witch came to see me yesterday, and she bought me a Papa San cushion for my Papa San chair. So she's probably over there sleeping right now. That's why she's not in here. So wanted to give a public shout out to her for the housewarming gift. She is so sweet. Yeah. And you know what, guys? It's crazy because my phone was not charging. It was so weird. It was so weird. My phone would not charge for like 2 or 3 days, and I saged it and I like removed some kind of energy from it. And then it just started charging up. Like I plugged it in and looked at it and it was at 50%. I woke up this morning, it was at 100%. I was like, oh my God, my phone, it's charging. Yeah. So I'm gonna get a new phone anyway. I just, you know, I don't know. I felt like it was something, you know, that sometimes negative spirits can mess with your phone. And I got a candle reading for y'all too. Because I know a lot of y'all doing y'all prosperity work right now. Mm-hmm. So I feel really peaceful. I feel very stable uh, financially. I'm living a dream right now. You know, honestly, and as a witch, I'm living in my dream home. You know, and I think that there are a lot of people that still have desires that they want, and you can get them, but stop listening to people that lie to you. They lie to you because they don't want you to have anything, just like they don't. They don't want you to have that opportunity. They can't afford that opportunity. And I think that that's the problem. And especially when they could see my clients were actually coming to the chat room, they were more so open. They got really upset about that. And to be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out just why. Why are you so obsessed with me? It's kind of ridiculous. Like, you do realize that. No, I ain't even gonna say that. You know, so anyway, it's July the 1st. I'm excited about the month coming up. Um, y'all want some real work, y'all know where to come. Okay, we ain't playing no games around here. We ain't got time for all that. We take care of business. And sometimes I do feel like I got like 7 or 8 arms because I'll be doing spiritual work for y'all, dealing with my kids, dealing with the household, dealing with everything else, and then dealing with them too. And it's no different. In fact, I'm like 10 because I will tell you that I think when I moved to Georgia, this was in 2015, I was definitely weaker back then. Definitely have grown a lot, a lot, a lot. So, you know, I feel really good about that. And I feel really, really good about my spiritual path with Hecate. She's definitely bringing in more of her people. So, 9 times out of 10. And you know what? I do work with certain deities. Like, for example, somebody mentioned Jesus. So I'm pretty universal. So if you believe in Jesus and you work with Jesus, there's not going to be any conflict with that. As long as you're not stuck on the spells and the words of the Bible, because Jesus was a magician, he was a miracle worker, he was a healer. Okay. And the rest of that stuff, Jesus was the scapegoat. So, they want to convince you that, somebody has to die for your sins and all that they're all under mind control. All of them. That's all you got to say to them. Trolls, Autobots, just say 2 words: mind control. They're under mind control. And I think that I would be pretty scared if I couldn't think for myself. You have to be able to think for yourself. And another thing, witchcraft can place you under mind control. So, you don't want to stay under that for several years. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make a mistake, then do what you got to do to clear yourself and move forward. And, don't do those things, actually apologize. You're going to have to come clean. This lady literally, I don't want to call her, she's not a lady. Let me take that back. This person literally held on to me like I was a puppet. And I said, "Are you crazy?" Literally came online, told me privately, tried to create memories to think that I would be stupid enough to believe them. I said, "Lady, I have no idea who you are and have never met you. And if I did meet you, I know I wouldn't like you." Yeah, it's like literally just, she's going to snatch a person by the collar. And, I don't like to make everything a black or white thing, but she is a white lady. Okay. And, for me, I'll ask other black people, I'll say, well, am I supposed to be outraged? Am I supposed to feel like she's got a noose around my neck? Like, I'm a little confused about, where you think you're winning here. I don't get it. And so this is one of the reasons why these days, if I hear about something particularly heinous, I will speak out about it. But I think that, when it comes to Black men, I think that they need to be concerned about, hooping and hollering whenever something happens to a Black man. But you don't have a problem with this person basically using me as some sort of tool, which is disgusting. She'll get her karma. She already has. She's getting it right now. And if you stand for that, then you don't stand for anything. And literally, no harm, no foul, no hard feelings. You know what? Don't ever victimize yourself like that. You got people that will agree with the craziest shit. Don't choose to be insulted by it. Who cares? I'm not expecting for certain people to protect me and, to do the right thing for me. People are going to do what they want to do. So, I can only be responsible for self in my situation. So that's why, only rarely will you catch me doing that. I'm not gonna, obviously somebody that is actually cool with me is not going to be cool with that person. But I think that if it's just somebody in social media in general, I'm not going to care. It's like, it's kind of, how do you respond to something like that? And you don't respond. So I know that's right. So yeah, we are liberating ourselves of that, because I think that that is one of the things that people can lie about. That I have actually noticed that people do not have an issue with lying and slandering and doing smear campaigns. I mean, they literally did a smear campaign for 6 years and still doing it very subtly, trying to put the idea in. And first of all, my clients don't watch their channels, so I don't understand why they keep doing that. But I do think that, yeah, put that person on timeout because they're on drugs. They're on drugs. Just get rid of them, Orion's daughter. These people are sick, and they're gonna have temper tantrums until they're gonna be having a temper tantrum because the holidays is coming up, and they always act crazy during the holidays, guys. They do. They always act crazy. Like every single year, the kind of like the people on YouTube tend to lose it around the holidays. It's been every holiday. So I just protect every day for myself. Every day I just stay protected from their bull crap. But, I do want to let people know that you can't believe everything that you see or hear. And I'm going to be asking somebody to possibly take that show down because, it's like now you're spreading more rumors. You're showing things of this chick that she lied on, but, it's unfair to me. And then they don't want me to respond. They just want me to be a puppet. And then that's when I'll turn into a demon. So, and they refuse to let it go. They're like, no, Jamila, we're going to bully you. It's like, no, I'm going to turn into a demon. Sorry. You know what? And Orion's daughter, literally, this is not a bot. This is the extent to that person's vocabulary and the extent to their conversational skills. I promise you. They're not joking. They're not. They're not. It's a coping mechanism. Why you mad? So and so is a monkey. Orion is a monkey. Y'all hurt. That's all they know how to damn say. And it's like, what in the world are you even talking? Hurt for what? Right. Oh, Lord, Orion's daughter, you funny. So I don't know. And again, Orion's daughter, who's in whose chat room? See how ignorant? Good Lord. I swear it. Yeah. Orion's daughter, the dead has arisen. These people are weird. Look at what they're typing. It's so bizarre. And that's got to be drugs because I don't know any normal person that's up this late doing that. Like usually people that are up this late are, I know that I like to do witching hour vlogs, but I'm usually watching TV or something. I'm just not doing what you're doing right now. This is so not, yeah. And then Orion's daughter, this is where they actually believe that you care about what they say about you. It's not that we care, we just want people to know the truth. And you don't like it when people expose your lies. Okay? They don't like it. They don't like for people to expose their lies, So I don't know why they keep watching. It's all going to end up a train wreck for them. Doesn't make any sense. But, people that are on a path of self-destruction, this kind of stuff that they do, because I just think it's ridiculous. That is crazy. Hun, you probably need to go, and whoever you are in the chat room, first of all, you need to expand your knowledge base other than I'm going to cook you, you hurt. You know, we're not having a conversation. You're just spewing crap. You're not even talking about anything. You never are talking about anything. I'm just telling you the truth. Do y'all see this person? And we know that they're trolling, but it's the extent of their conversational skills. You know, how I'm doing good, Lulu. See, yeah, you can ask a question. I don't get it. You know, I really don't. And it's always exposing somebody. You hurt, y'all mad. I can't handle it. It's always the same thing. That's all you ever say. You don't say anything different. And you know what, guys? I'm the type of person to where after I hear the same thing over and over again, I'm going to start getting bored with it. So it's really getting redundant. Mm. You know what? I think that probably what you should do is try to extend your vocabulary a little bit. Maybe take a couple of classes in literature, or maybe take a couple of classes in you know, learning how to properly express yourself. Because, I mean, you can't expect to go far in life if your only conversation consists of cooking somebody, um, you know, all of the slangs and stuff y'all do. You know, it's literally a lost culture's mind. It's so weird seeing that. And I'm sorry, hon. I am so far ahead of you. I'm sorry. I hate to say it like that, but people that are behind, the it's terrible. It's terrible. I can just imagine he's losing brain cells by the second. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't. And literally is angry because and you should be used to not getting what you want anyway. What made you think you were going to get what you wanted just because you're online? You should be used to not getting what you want, because what you want is other people to be in harm's way. So thank God, the world has been protected from you. For reals. Thank God. So yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? There's a lot of different things that I like to talk about. And I think also, if you're not compatible, for example, if you're no longer compatible with a person, or, a person from the past, like maybe you outgrew like a brother or a sister, or you outgrew your situation, you have to move forward. But also, I think that, if that is the extent to your conversation, and then when you try to talk intelligent, all you do is say things that make no sense, then a woman it's an incompatibility issue. Like, I've got this guy pursuing me. He's been through changes, like, to try to get my attention, but we're not compatible. There is no compatibility at all. So yeah. Well, a lot of times they come to you because, Ryan's daughter, they know you're a woman, and they have dry nights. It's not working for them. Okay, seriously, they're very unfulfilled in life. And I don't like to look at people like that are just and don't have any plan of action moving forward. If you have a plan of action that doesn't involve, what you're doing, which I'm gonna be honest with you, I know this one guy tried to make a whole career out of it, and he bragged about making $9,000. And I said, you literally threw your life away for 9 grand. You do know that $9,000 is not a lot of money at all. Nobody can live off of that. You can't live off of that. Most people would blow 9 grand in a couple of months, depending on how large your family is. So what do you do for the rest of the year? And if you don't know what you do for the rest of the year, then why don't you figure that out instead of, but I will tell you guys, it's sad, but I'm gonna be honest with you. There are some people, they were just raised to not have much knowledge. Like, it is extreme ignorance. It is. And I think it does take an ignorant person, you know what I'm saying, to do some of the stuff that they do. It takes a very ignorant person to do that. You just really are not intelligent. Oh, girl, trust me, the universal God has already roasted some of these people. Yeah, yeah, we're really freaked out. Yeah. Now they're trying to freak us out by saying weird things. It's so weird. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, it is about having a real life. It is, and if you have one, appreciate it. Appreciate the people that are in your life. I know I tell the people that I love them every single day. So, but I think that I just wanted to say on a side note to people that are, it's because a lot of y'all are coming out of your programming. A lot of people are coming out of that, and you need to know that there was no truth to what anything that they were saying, and all of it was twisted, and it was all a lie. Okay, even if they tell you something in private, if you see somebody having a group meeting, because they have group meetings and it's just so bizarre, but it is what it is. I've never seen anything like it in my life. You said passive aggressive? Who they are? They passive aggressive? I don't know. I don't know. I know that I'm very eccentric. I know that I am very artistic. I'm very creative. But a person like that type of person that is kind of like, unstable to the point where I could go to jail any minute. I mean, and you can even tell the way people talk, you know what I'm saying, when they talk about certain things. Like, for example, the same chick that talked about me said, she stated it on her own. She said, I'm either the type of person that's sitting back and chilling or ready to beat somebody's ass. Well, see, I don't go from 0 to 100 like that. I don't even have that in my environment. So, the drama and the chaos, I don't carry that with me. I leave that where it belongs, in the gutter. No, you don't know. You don't know, because if you knew, you would live your life like that, but you don't. You do the exact opposite. You don't know. The things that I'm saying, you may have heard them, but you don't live by them. Okay, guys, it's time for me to lay down. I got to go. Y'all have a good evening. I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure that I come up tomorrow because I'm gonna show y'all the my Papa sign cushion and stuff. But y'all enjoy y'all July the 1st and enjoy y'all holiday as well. We are very close to a holiday. I'm so excited. I love the 4th of July. And like I said, I'm not popping fireworks because last year I was popping them fireworks and like that gunpowder just somehow just kind of got to me. And I was just like, ooh, I don't feel good. So I'm going to do it totally different this year. So I'm kind of thinking about going down to the lake. So it's starting to get, when we first moved into our home, it was kind of cold out, but it's starting to get warm. So I'm ready to go down and venture down to the lake and possibly see what they up to on the 4th of July. So I will see y'all later. Oh, by the way, there's a full moon coming up. And so I have been showing mercy and compassion to people that obviously need to learn how to move on with their life. But I do want to let you guys know that the full moon is coming up on July the 5th. So make sure that you guys get your consultations in. And I'll see y'all later. Yeah, that's what I want. I want to go look at the fireworks over the water. Yeah, I can tell that I'm sleepy. I'm sleepy, y'all. I gotta go. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all witching hour. I will see y'all later. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week. If I don't see you again, weekend and all that stuff. I can't believe it's Wednesday already. It seemed like this week is flying by. It does. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. Love you too, Orion's daughter. Peace, Ebony Knowledge. I'll see y'all later.